After performing more than 1,000 embryo transfers in various parts of India, these are my insights on how to do a perfect embryo transfer. Embryo transfer is the last and the most crucial step in an IVF procedure. The unfortunate truth of the matter is, because IVF success rates are so low, people tend to blame a lot many other things instead of changing the way they are doing an embryo transfer. Follow these 5 simple steps to perform the perfect embryo transfer. Step 1. Embryo loading. There are many ways one can load an embryo, but according to me, the sandwich method is the most appropriate way one can load an embryo. Reason being, the sandwich method is where we load the embryos in this pattern. We begin by aspirating 3 microliters of media, 3 microliters of air, then the embryos with as little media as possible, then 3 microliters of air, and finally 3 microliters of media. This perfectly helps us navigate the embryo catheter inside the uterus. The media at the tip helps us identify the tip of the catheter. The 2 bubbles formed by air helps us identify where the embryos are, and the whole pattern helps us echogenically visualize the embryo catheter inside the uterus. It is very important for us to choose the right embryo catheter. Cook and Wallace have shown to be extremely convenient for an embryo transfer. I have used a few Indian companies, I would like not to name them, which have shown to be very inconvenient while doing an embryo transfer. Step 2. Navigation. Once the inner catheter is loaded into the outer catheter, the responsibility of navigating the inner catheter into the uterus to the right position lies entirely on the clinician's hands. Step 3. Pushing. In my opinion, pushing should be performed entirely by the embryologist. Reason being, BD syringe is a macro instrument used to manipulate something that is in a micro level. This is something embryologists are really good at as opposed to clinicians. Another reason is, embryo transfer is a multitasking event where a lot of people have to come together to perform this simple procedure. The clinician should keep herself busy in navigating the inner catheter to the right location where embryo transfer needs to happen. This is a more important task than pushing the embryos. Now, once the tip of the catheter is visualized on the scanning machine, the embryologist starts to push the media in a very slow pace. Pushing the embryos like it's a pichkari might lead to ectopic pregnancies, so the embryologist needs to be extremely careful when he's pushing the embryos. Once the pushing is done, the embryologist and the clinician should stay in that position for at least 10 to 15 seconds. Reason being, this helps prevent retracting of embryos along with the inner or the outer catheter. Step 4. Retrieval. After 15 seconds, we rotate the inner catheter to 180-degree angle and slowly remove the inner catheter. The outer catheter must be removed only after the inner catheter is half removed. Step 5. You flush the inner and the outer catheter to look for embryos that might have been retracted. And that is the end of a perfect embryo transfer. To book an embryology audit or consult me, you can DM me or mail me at this address.